You guys, DL man list in Houston is out. The men on the DL, on the down low, the ones on the down low, their list is out. A trans woman brought out this list. She screen record our page, or I think a DM on Instagram or something, how men are flooding the ones that are married, the ones that are in a relationship, the ones that have baby mamas, the ones that are in a relationship with a woman. They are flooding our DM and want to sleep with her. And as she screen recorded and started saying, okay, if you can find your man there, now you know your man is on a deal. If you can find your family members there, now you know your brother is on a deal. Now you know your uncle is on a deal. Now you know your dad is on the deal. But the thing is, people are coming for the trans woman and saying, what are you gaining from bringing out people's man and screen recording people that are reaching out to you? If you claim that you're not a woman, why are you bringing out people's men on a deal? Why are you calling them out and bringing out their names? Why are you exposing them? Like, it's not right for her to expose them. So what do you guys think? Do you think she should have exposed them? Do you think it doesn't mean if she exposed them or not? And some people are also calling people that are going to look for the list, because a lot of people are looking for the list. I think she posted it twice, their updated list as well. People are going to look for the list, and people are calling people that are going to look for the list homophobic, that you are looking for the list so that you can stay away from these men. It's not because you just want to check who is there. You just want to check who is there so that if you know who the person is, you can stay away from them. My own is that, do you think it's wrong for her to post these names on the internet? Let's have a conversation down in the comment section while we watch people's reaction. Then we'll come back and talk about it.
Okay, so I want to talk about the Houston DL men list that was recently posted by a trans woman. And first things first, what I want to start off by saying is every single time this happens, y'all act so shocked. Like I've seen so many videos of just like people being like, oh my God, there's rappers and this guy's married and I went to high school with this man. Like, yeah. Shocking, right? DL men are all around us, right? They're walking around. They're at the grocery store. They went to high school with you. They're married to this girl that you know. They're married to you possibly, and you're just now finding out. Like, be so fucking for real. Like, who did y'all think was going to be on these lists in the first place? Like, newsflash, a lot of DL men are high profile. A lot of them are not single on paper, meaning a lot of them have marriage licenses. And they have baby mamas and kids and, relationships that they post and make very public on their social medias. But as soon as the door closes, soon as they're behind closed doors, it is a free-for-all. And the last thing I want to touch on in this video is I do see a lot of people making videos about the trans girl who posted the DMs in the first place and saying that, like, well, if you view yourself as a woman, why would you even post this and try to expose something? And while I don't personally know the reason why she posted her DMs and did what she did, I myself as a trans woman will almost never be caught on my platform dragging another trans girl on the internet. It just usually wouldn't happen, especially not in this case, because this isn't even something she would deserve to be dragged for. Because whether or not you want to admit it, whenever a trans girl does something like this, or whenever this has happened in the past, and it goes viral the way that this is right now, it is shedding light on something that is extremely common, but is never talked about by the men who are participating in it. So who does that really leave when the men won't talk about it themselves and won't confess their own attractions to certain people? The people that they're attracted to. Those are the people who can speak up. You know what I mean? I could speak up if I really wanted to. Because I can almost guarantee 100% that these men in the DMs in the first place would not post about it. They would never say, oh, I'm attracted to this, this, and this. Like, it's a huge part of DL culture. And I think that when trans women post about stuff like this, it honestly just sheds light on something that is extremely common. And you see how it goes viral every single time. At the end of the day, it is giving exposure, even if it's kind of negative and it's not the best look for our community. It is giving exposure to a very common thing.
As a woman, I gain nothing from showing a list of men who are attracted to me. Let's sit with this because it's complex. If you are a trans woman and you believe yourself to be a woman too, what exactly was there to expose? Because weaponizing your transness to shame attraction to you doesn't push the movement forward. It muddies the water. As a Houston native, I want to talk about what's happening in Houston right now. A trans woman exposed the DMs of a lot of men, implying they were all down low. And as usual, social media is spiraling. Let's unpack it. Social media will have you believing most men are DL. I don't believe that. I do believe many women have been in relationships with bisexual men, sometimes knowing, sometimes without knowing. And that's the real issue: deception, cheating, recklessness, taking my choice away. And that applies across the board, not in just DL situations. DL culture is dangerous. These men have hurt people. They can and will unalive men, women, that includes trans women, to keep their secret. So being someone's emotional and sexual dumping ground while they hide who they are is not a flex. You do not get an award for that. Now let's talk about Black women, because we often get scapegoated for DL culture. People say we are the reason these men stay closeted, but really it's patriarchy. Yes, Black women can uphold patriarchy, but we didn't create it and we hold the least power in it. I have seen some extremely homophobic takes from Black women, especially with that viral "who gonna be the boys" sound. And a lot of women weaponize disease in these conversations when the spread of STDs is not exclusive to DL men. Spread of disease isn't about identity, it's about behavior. Some DL men are more likely to engage in risky behavior: multiple partners, inconsistent condom use, avoiding testing, hiding the truth from partners. That secrecy is the danger, not the label. And when DL men and straight men engage in similar behavior, their HIV and STI transmission rates are similar as well. This is a public health issue, not just a DL issue. STDs are high across the board. We need to hold space for truth and nuance, accountability and compassion. It's about being honest and safe.
Y'all not looking for that list of DL men because y'all are concerned about not wanting to be cheated on. Y'all are looking for that list of DL men because y'all are homophobic and y'all think that only gay people can have HIV and y'all are concerned with catching HIV. That's what a lot of those comments under that latest post are hinting at. But yeah. And the men who are under that post trying to drag that girl for exposing those men, y'all are DL too. How y'all do it? Clock that T.
Lately, a lot of men will like connect with me on like dating apps and stuff, and then be like, "I have a question. How do you view DL men, or what do you think of DL men?" And in my Whitney Houston voice, I don't think of DL men. And what I mean by that is, until a man proves otherwise, I assume he's on the low. And there's conversations, there's behaviors that he has to engage in for me to believe he's not. And there's a version of Dominique that a DL man gets that a man who isn't. There's different versions of me. That's one. Two, for the young girls, young at heart, young in age, you still in love with the trade and all those things, I'm not going to shade you on that because, honey, sometimes you want a hankering for a hunk of cheese. But I want you to understand that they're meant to be hunched on. Maybe have them take out the trash. Maybe share a slight meal in the house. But don't let these Negroes have you in captivity of that delusion, having you thinking, I have never had anyone love me that won't walk outside with me. It's never happened. Lusting after me, a man will lust after you in his mama's basement in the dark. Loving me, I have never experienced love from a single soul on this planet that could not be expressed in the daylight. I've never had it. And so it's not about being public. It's not about privacy. My last relationship, Christian and I didn't go a bunch of places on the publicly just for it, but I didn't have to wonder if he was going to walk with me on the red carpet for events. I didn't have to hide when his brother came over. Like, I was able to spend time and we got to experience our lives together, right? And so I just want y'all to know that treat these men as a tool for whatever you need, but they'll never be a quality tool if you need love.
they likely can't even be a quality tool if you need protection, if you need care. You want your bed to feel warm. You want somebody to kick it with. You want to be hunched on. Cool, a nice time. But all that other stuff, baby, no. So when men like, what do you think? I don't care. It's not my business. I don't want to know nothing about you. You're not going to use me as some fake therapist. I don't want to hear about your partners and how. I don't care. I don't care. We here to get into it and be done with it. And a lot of men get gagged like, oh damn, it's like that. It is like that. Y'all have used women of all kinds for your service, for you to get what you need, and now we're meeting in the same page and I'm wrong? You have no intention of doing anything for me. You're not dating me. You don't know my favorite color. You don't care. First thing you want to ask me is if I'm a top or a bottom. You ain't asked my sign. So yeah, that's why I'm treating you like that. And I would challenge, this ain't just for the trans girls, all women. Use these men for how he presents himself, use him as such. And when I say presents himself, I mean by his actions. And if you want to be delusional by going and buy a dress 2 sizes small that you say you're going to lose weight to fit in. That's the type of delusion I'll allow. I got a whole closet of dresses like that. But being delusional behind a nigga is crazy.
So there's a quote-unquote DL list going around in Houston, and a lot of people are going crazy like, oh my God, send me the list. I need to know who to stay away from. And I have a different opinion about this, and I feel like some people are going to disagree with it, but it's the truth. First, let's talk about double standards. A lot of women I know dibbled and dabbled with both genders. And guess what society does? Turn a blind eye to it. Majority of the time. But when a man likes another man and also another woman, it's, stay away from me. He's hazardous. When will we as society stop shaming these men that like both genders? Y'all wonder why we have a term DL now. Because society makes these men fearful to come out. Y'all are saying be honest, but y'all never open a space for these men to be honest. Like genuinely honest. Without saying it in disgust. Yes, everyone should be honest about who they love, but we need to start having a different approach when it comes to these type of topics.
So let's talk all about this DL list coming out of Houston, Texas. So if you've been on my page recently or you listened to my podcast, He's My Girl, I have been talking about this for the past few weeks. DL is not new. FYI to anyone listening, DL men is not new. Apparently there is this trans woman in Houston, Texas who has just been completely outing all of these DL men and just sending all the receipts. And I've had so many people flooding my DMs, sending me all these videos on TikTok that are talking about it. And I'm just here to say, like, this again is not new information. Now there's so many other avenues we could go down, right? Like the trans community, the black community, the gay community. There's so many different things that we could talk about here, but there's one major factor. The cheater, the man who is doing this. And most of them are in relationships or married or have all these children, and they're doing things behind closed doors that none of y'all want to talk about. None of y'all want to address. Half of y'all want to pretend like isn't happening. It is happening. It's happening, and we're the ones that have to deal with the shit that comes with that. Apparently some people are really upset with this trans woman for coming out and sending the receipts and outing all these people. And I've gotten some flack on that too, because in the past few videos, I've been outing people as well. And it's like, well, wait. So they're not wrong for doing what they're doing, but we're wrong for being like, yo, this is what's happening, especially what's happening in some of y'all's homes that you don't know about. I am a gay man. I fully respect everybody's coming out story, but what I don't respect is somebody who's cheating and making a whole other second life that nobody knows about, that a wife has no idea about, that kids have no idea about, that parents have no idea about, and ruining other people's lives during their process of trying to figure out who they are. I don't mess with that. Or the people who are single, but are like holding up signs about how evil all these black people are, how evil all these trans people are, how evil all of us gays are and crazy, and we shouldn't be allowed in schools and libraries. Like, they're also the same ones who are meeting other guys and trans people and black people at hotel rooms. Again, the reason a lot of us are bringing all of this stuff up is because it's usually those men who are holding up signs against us, not hiring us, talking shit about us 24/7, saying how we don't deserve rights, how we don't deserve this, this, and this. They're the same ones on these apps with blank profiles messaging us, asking us to go to a hotel room, asking us to meet them at the bar. Like, literally get over yourself. So I had to come on here and say something. Like, this is not new information, and anybody who wants to be mad at this woman who's posting all these stuff, like, you should also probably be mad at the person who's probably like completely deceiving most of the people in their lives. Again, it's good to hate on us and talk shit about us and oh my god, I would never, but the minute you give somebody 3 or 4 margaritas, they're all about it. I'm over it. This is a story that continues and continues and continues, and most people want to be like, what? Oh my god, I had no idea. Like, yeah, you did. If you would have looked at half the signs, half the red flags you've seen, you would have known it too, but you want to play dumb.
What is going on in Houston? Have you guys seen the DL list of men in Houston? There is a bunch of trans women who are exposing all of the men in their DMs on TikTok. Search DL Men Houston list and come back and let me know what you think in the comments. It's wild.
I don't see a problem posting them. And the reason being that DL men, I just feel like these people, they are in a relationship with you. Most of them are in a relationship with women and they are living double life, they're living double standards, they are cheating. So it's just like you saying that why are you calling out a man that is cheating on his wife? Why won't you call him out? Why? Why won't you call him out? He's doing something wrong. Why won't you call him out? There's nothing wrong if she decides to show everybody that it's on a deal on a DM and saying that these are the DL men on my list that wants to sleep with me. There's nothing wrong with it. And I personally don't feel like if you're running to look for the list, doesn't practically make you homophobic or something. It's just like you just want to check if your man is there for you to know. And the thing is, it's not like most of the time people are against you being, maybe bi or have be gay or something. People are not against it. The fact what people are against is the fact that you are lying and hiding your sexuality. Because the thing is, most men that are actually on the DL, most of them are not actually bi. They are not. They are not even like sexually attracted to their woman. They just want to have that, please the society. Oh, I have a woman, I have a wife, I have a girlfriend, but I am not actually into my woman, I'm into a man. I saw a picture going viral here in Nigerian TikTok where two grown men were kissing and hugging. One of them had a wedding ring. And the caption of that picture was, in case you're looking at your man's phone and you're looking for a woman's number, it can be his friend, it can be a guy that your man is cheating on you with, you don't know. The problem is not you being attracted to men. Like, I don't see a problem with it. I personally don't see a problem with it. I feel like the problem that I have is you cheating and lying to your woman or significant other, like telling them that you are this, you're straight, whereby you're not straight. There's a difference between you being bi and there's a difference between you being gay. There's a difference between you being on the deal. And the thing is, most of the men on the deal, for me, I personally feel like it can be dangerous because I've read stories of women that, wives that caught their husband on the deal and they got unalived by their man because the fact that they are hiding that sexuality so much, they don't want people to know about it. If you by mistake find out about their sexuality, you're in danger. Aside from the STD, STI, and all of that they spread around, yes, it is not only men on the DL that spread STD and STI, but I personally feel like you can get it more from them. A married man or a man that is in a relationship with a woman that is sexually active with his woman or his wife or his girlfriend, and you sleep with your wife 3 times a week and you're out there sleeping with another man and your wife is not aware and you're doing that unprotected, you can easily transfer 1 or 2 diseases because there are a lot of infection that is actually at that other O, and you going in there, probably you're doing it 3 times with your woman, you're doing it 4 times or 2 times with your man out there. You can easily, give the one inside the woman, because our own is deep. I don't know how to explain, but you can easily transfer something. Aside from HIV, there are other diseases. There are other infections you can transfer to your woman that doesn't know that you're doing something like that. And because of they don't even really like their woman, they don't care what they have. They don't care if they are treating infection here or there because they are enjoying their satisfaction out there, because most of them don't actually really want to be with the woman that they are with. They're just with them because of the, okay, this is my woman, everybody, this is my woman. They're not really with them because they really like them, right? So they don't actually care if they're giving them infection or not. We've seen women that come online and say that they keep treating infection back to back before they found out that their man was on the DL. They didn't know until they found out that their man was sleeping with other men. And the thing is, if you're bi, it's different. I just feel like it's different. If you're bi and you want to sleep with men and you want to sleep with women, it's different kind of sexuality than if you want to sleep with men, but you're sleeping with your woman just because you just have to do it, just to still keep her in check. Because most of them don't really feel anything doing it with their woman. They just want to do it just because, oh, if I don't sleep with her, she might leave me, or she might leave me with the children. Most of them are having women around them because they want to have kids, not because they really want them. So the problem is these men. It's not the women or the men exposing them. I remember a page of a guy that was exposing DL men that comes to his DM, the ones that he goes on a date with, the ones that he sleeps with. He was posting receipts. I feel like his page, every time they keep taking down his page, DL whistleblower. We've talked about his page before, DL whistleblower. That's his page on TikTok. He always exposed DL men, and they're always very aggressive about it when they find out that he's posting receipts, he's posting things about them. You see men on his comment section telling him that, why are you exposing this? Why are you saying this? Why are you saying that? The problem is not him exposing them, it's these men that are lying to their partner that they are straight. Is it just me? They are lying. You are lying to your partner that you're straight. You're lying. You're cheating on your partner. That is what the problem is. That's where the problem is. It is not probably what you want or how you want to pleasure yourself. How you want to pleasure yourself is for you. And I get it when because one of the creator was saying that because of society and because of people always frown at men on the deal, that's why most of them don't want to come out and say it and they just want to hide and do it. Yes, I agree. And I feel like most people that frown at men that are on deal are men themselves. Okay? When you see a man that is, or probably when you see a man that sees a man that can be gay, probably the way he dresses or the way he talks, the look on their face, you see them talking about it, you see them being disgusted, you see them, oh my God, why will he? It happens a lot here in Africa. I see it a lot. Like it's a normal thing. When you see a man that just wears something that just probably a you already say, oh, that guy is gay. The way they look very disgusted, men especially, not even women, men especially are the ones. So I feel like men are the ones that are even making their fellow man not to come outside. It is not the women. I don't think women will have a problem with it. The only time women will have a problem with it is when you lie about your sexuality and you're saying that you want women, but then you want men. And I feel like relationship would be better if people can come in open and say, okay, I want this type of special pleasure, and this is how I want it. Communication. But most of them don't communicate. They hide. They do things behind their woman's back. They give their woman diseases that the woman does not even know where the whole thing is coming from because she's confused that I'm not seeing my man with any woman. So what is going on? They keep getting treatment. They keep going to the hospital. They keep, having so many infection and diseases. And the man is going to keep quiet and be looking, whereas he knows where these things are coming from. So anyway, I personally don't have a problem with the trans woman that brought the whole list out. I don't have a problem with her. I have the problem with the men in that DM, the men on the DL, the men that are on the DL. Those are the men that I have problem with because Just face your speciality and stop hurting other women. What is your take on this video? Let me know your thought down in the comment section respectfully. Check out Mara David, and thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like and share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.